And just focus, that's right. We're here to give Dolce her first taste of what it is to be hand stripped. Hand stripping is done on wire-haired dogs in order to maintain the hard, waterproof coat. The thing to make sure that you do is to make it an enjoyable experience for the dog. Now this is a young puppy, so we have to be doubly sure. So I'm pulling out the hair that's ready to come out. If you can see the hair, that's puppy hair with the black tips, and underneath is the adult hair coming through. So you have to make sure that it's pulled out and you get the root. Now there are many different tools that we use to hand strip, but I prefer to do it the English way, which is by hand. Now I also sometimes use volcanic rock, and once in a while I use a stripping knife around the ears. The danger with the knives is that you tend to cut the hair. Now I'm going to take a treat break. Now when I'm giving him a treat, by the way, I'm only giving her a little tiny speck. Since dogs are very olfactorily motivated, it's very easy to just give them a little divergence. Now this is volcanic rock. Breaking a piece off, it just helps you to grip better. So now I rake the coat back like this. I'm going to take the rock. You hear that ripping sound? That's the sound you want to hear. And then you constantly have to check to see if the coat is laying down properly. And the areas that aren't laying down, you pull out that hair. Very important to take your time with this and to go in the direction of the way the hair grows. That's why I'm constantly raking it up. So a lot of times the hair is not growing the way you think it's growing. And that's basically what you do. You have to be very careful with a puppy. Since this is the first time this dog has ever been stripped, be very gentle. Make sure, my goal here is to blend this with this length here. So I'm going here first to start to do it. Now if you can see, it's starting to lay in. Marion, come over here and take a look. See? Mm-hmm. See how it's starting here to lay in? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See? So this is constantly what you have to do. And you have to be very patient. See, it should be a pleasant experience for the animal as opposed to being a trauma. See how, I don't know if you can see the ends, but the white little tips at the bottom at the tip of the hair, that means you got it out by the root. The hair on a wire-haired dog is hollow, therefore it sheds water very easily. And by hand stripping a dog with a wire coat, you enable it to be basically waterproof and dirt-proof. So it's a good idea. A lot of people say that it's cruel to the dog. It's only cruel if you take him to a groomer and the groomer does it all in one shot. Thereby, it's like tweezing a giant eyebrow. But if you do it gently, that's why I give lessons at HydroSurge to people who want to learn how to do what we call rolling the coat. which means only pulling the hair that's ready to come out, thereby constantly having hair growing in and ready to come out, maintaining a proper coat as opposed to stripping them down to nothing. And that's determined by the amount of undercoat that's grown in. Dolce here is a young dog, and the undercoat really hasn't come in that much yet, so you have to be careful. But as you can see, it's starting to blend in over here as opposed to the area on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Thanks so much.
Okay.
Ta-ra.